And she was very upset at him for cheating on Dr. Girlfriend.
She was. That is the most hypocritical thing I've ever heard in my life. You literally convinced this girl to leave me. What it is, guys, it's your boy BlastphamousHD, and we are back for part 2 of Chavezzslovkia, BHD, and Dr. Girlfriend, the whole truth. Alright, so let's go ahead and dive into the nasty. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Even over the phone, and pretended like we were friends over the phone, and then went and talked a bunch of shit behind my back, which is really hurtful. And of course, I got a smaller YouTube channel at the time.
Oh man, is it as hurtful as recording my calls without my knowledge and then trying to use that against me? Word?
I didn't really know how to do YouTube. I was just an editor, right? And we were really unsure because I just lost my job. And he had made a bunch of promises when we first started working with him that he wasn't going to let personal problems break up our work relationship, and that's exactly what happened, right? And of course, you can't help it. You got to live and let learn. And
you tried to fight me in my house and was recording my calls without my knowledge. I'm supposed to keep you up in. See, be careful, guys. This is what they think like. You got to be careful. They be backstabbing you, and then while they backstabbing you, they try to make you feel like there's something wrong with you when you start to get away from the people who are backstabbing you. Where are you going? Like, what's wrong with you, bro? Why are you treating me like this? Kid. So you're just gonna leave? You're gonna leave me? That's messed up. You said you'd never leave me. Kid. See, look, you are leaving me. Oh, what? Because I'm stabbing you? Just because I'm actively stabbing you, you're gonna leave me? See? Typical. Kid.
And we recovered and we bounced back. And I figured out I actually love doing YouTube, and it made it really easy as a transition. That's why I've done it every single day since then, right? Uploads have been super fucking consistent. I've been super open with my fans, and the people on my Discord have talked about what happened with me and BHD plenty of times. We've been completely open about the shit, just in a more private setting, as private as you can get it without it getting this messy. And this, I can already tell, it's going to get a little bit more long-winded than I anticipated, but whatever. I got to get it off my chest because I thought we deaded it, and to see it come up and to cause as much confusion really upsets me. And it's just upsetting when, unfortunately for him, I keep saying I have that shit on camera. So like, you can't fucking pretend like it's just something else. So whatever. So he came and told me,
I don't know why you keep mentioning about how you're recording my calls without my knowledge. Did you not know that that would make you look like a sack of shit? Someone who is as good as what he's trying to come off to be doesn't do that. They don't record people's calls without their knowledge. That's just not what good people do.
He didn't cheat on his girlfriend, but he was talking to other women. Dr. Girlfriend found out.
Yeah, I did. I hella cheated. I was fucking the shit out of that girl.
He then tells me, well, I gotta tell Skitten because Skitten and Dr. Girlfriend are best friends. I said, yeah, you probably should do that.
See?
He takes Skitten upstairs right after he talks to me. Tell Skitten that he slept with other women.
Yep.
Okay? Back to back. So
there was only one other girl. What the hell did she tell you?
She comes downstairs and immediately goes, oh, that's crazy. I can't believe he slept with all these girls. I said, no. He said he didn't sleep with them. He was just talking to him. She said, no, he told me he slept with them. And me and her were like, what? Right?
There was only one girl. What? Don't get it twisted. I wish there was multiple women, but there was only one girl. What?
Like, why is he just telling us two different stories? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Why would I tell you two different things if you're both living together and together? It's almost as if one of you was lying. Probably the one that admitted to swallowing other men's children. I mean, I'm just guessing, but you know. Yeah, definitely the one who told me that she was having unconsensual sex with other men behind your back, Chavez. That's definitely probably the one that is not the truthful one in this. I could be wrong though. Let's keep going.
Sense. And then he made sure to tell us both the same thing that we talked about. We are going to tell people the truth. Okay? And he knows that's big with me. I'm really big about people being honest about shit.
That way, when he's a liar and a sack of shit, all the cards are on the table for him to be able to stab people in the back. Makes perfect sense. People who are stabbing you in the back and screwing you over, They will swear to be the most honest people in the world. If someone ever tells you they don't play games, run for your life. They play games. This person tells you, I don't play games. I'm super honest. It's super big for me to be honest. But he is not an honest person. And at least to me, the stuff he's done doesn't prove honesty. Like when he said he didn't try to fight me in my house after he tried to fight me in my house. Come on, son.
Shit. And if you don't want to talk about it, then don't bring it up. Not a big deal, right? If you want to be vague about something, then don't talk to me about it. But don't just make a story up, okay? And he's lying to one of us. Either he did it or he didn't, right? Me and her had a big conversation, whatever. And him and Dr. Girlfriend broke up, okay? So he felt like Skitten was choosing sides. And she was very upset at him for cheating on Dr. Girlfriend.
She was. That is the most hypocritical thing I've ever heard in my life. You literally convinced this girl to leave me. Then she tried to smash me and then go tell people that she was really upset that I had cheated on Dr. Girlfriend. What? While the whole time she's been trying to get me to cheat on her with her. What?
Okay, and later on, finally, he'll admit it later on to Dr. Girlfriend that he cheated, and it was actually cheating for 3 years of their 5-year relationship with multiple women throughout their relationship.
Really? Nigga, I need to get up on something. Where is multiple women at? I didn't have multiple women. Where is multiple women?
Shit. It was actually a very hard thing for us to go through as a friend group, and he never considered how that made me feel.
Suck my dick. My bad, that's the truth. Suck my...
I think he was telling Randy closer to the end. I don't know how much Randy knew. It doesn't really matter, right? Randy's a stand-up guy. I ain't got no problems with Randy. But he never really understood how much that affected how much we saw him, because I gave him so much. And like, he shit talks so much about me and like downplays everything. And you know what? I have decided to put the clip in there because you know what? In the clip, he tells me that I was a good worker. I was just hard to work with because I take shit really seriously.
You is a good worker. But if you're recording my calls and you're trying to fight me, that's only the stuff I knew about. Because usually when you see some bullshit, there's 95% of the other bullshit that's you ain't even seen. You hard to work with. You a good worker, but you hard to work with. You got your girlfriend coming over, starting shit all the time, trying to smash. The trying to smash me part, I understand that. I understand, that makes sense. I understand that. But the starting shit constantly, she's feeding bullshit into my female's ear to get her out the picture so that she can try to get in and get with the top dog. I'm gonna be 100% real with the homie. You're not the man in your relationship, bro. She will come over and run you. And because she ran you, she thought she could run me. And I would have to tell the hoe, yo, shut the fuck up, bitch. You know how many times I have to check this hoe? That's not my hoe. Why am I checking yo hoe? I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? She would come over and like throw a piece of my equipment or some shit, disrespect me or disrespect my house or break some shit, and he wouldn't say shit about it. He would let the, oh man, so I had to check the hoe, and then she's like, oh, my boyfriend's gonna fight you. He's gonna fight you. He's gonna buy. Nigga, I'd already beaten this nigga up. When we first met at UNLV, we fought back then. I'll tell y'all that whole story. Not right now, but I'm gonna tell y'all that whole story on my other channel. Link in the description down below on my gamer channel. I'll tell y'all the whole story. So next time she was over with him, I told both of them. I checked her in front of him. What he gonna do? If you coming over my crib, you ain't gonna disrespect me, yo. I don't give a fuck what you think you is. That was his whole downfall. Let the pussy run him. Let the pussy run his whole life. It ain't, bruh.
Seriously, and I don't fuck around. I am gonna show the clip because he did actually give respect to me.
Please show the clip. I'm pretty sure he edited it out, but I hope he shows the clip.
He did actually give respect to me doing good work when I worked for him, and we busted our ass while we worked together. And he was like, oh, I just needed an editor. I just wanted somebody. I just chose Chavez even though I knew he didn't fuck with me. Dude, fuck you. You knew we were friends.
You were not my friend. I knew you did not fuck with me. I did. You know how I knew? Because back in the day when I was still living in them crappy apartments, the roach-infested apartments, I had a goal on my wall that said $50,000 a month. Because I was busting my ass in these YouTube videos. I was doing 4 every single day. And Chavez came over one day. He came over just to kick it, and he looked up at my wall and saw my goal of $50,000 a month and was like, huh. And I was like, what was that? What was that just now? And he was like, what was what? And I was like, what was that little snicker right there? Like, what was that? You know, because I don't like people who don't believe in me. I don't trust people who don't believe in me. And it's cool if someone doesn't believe in me, but you ain't gonna come in my face and then be like, yo, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna get that goal. You're not gonna make it. You're not gonna get there. But you should just stop. You're not gonna get there. I don't like that. So when he did that, I asked him again. I'm like, yo, what was that just now when you snickered, when you looked at my goal? What was that? And he was like, well, you know, I've been around a lot of people and I don't know anybody who makes $50,000 a month. I don't know anybody who makes $50,000 a month. And I was like, I'm gonna make $50,000 a month. And he was like, hey man, you know, hey, good luck. And this leads me to a very pivotal piece of advice that I will give anyone who is starting in entrepreneurship in any way, shape, or form, be it YouTube or drop shipping or anything. You don't tell anyone your goals until you're already 80% of the way there. Because lo and behold, to dumbass, I was already making 40 G's a month. So when he did that little snicker shit, I'm like, okay. So yeah, and then we had already fought before. I'd already beat him up and it was his fault. It was completely his fault. He was picking on this small Asian dude at UNLV. Yeah, he punched the guy in the mouth for saying nigga. And he was acting like, yeah, after doing it. And I was like, that's weak. That's really weak. And he was like, all right, well then let's go out back then. What's up? And I was like, okay, cool. Okay, fine, let's do it. Went out back, he didn't do good. I'm gonna tell y'all that story too, but I understand you really want to look like a good guy, man. But the trick is not to be a dirtbag. That way, all you have to do is just tell the truth, and you're immediately a good guy. If you want to look good, that's all you got to do is just not do shitty shit and then just tell the truth. It's super easy.
Friends, you knew we got along and you knew we kicked ass. And the work relationship was hard as fuck, especially when we were working in your 1-bedroom apartment. And I was there for 12, 13 hours a day editing videos all day. And there was nowhere for anybody to go because your bed was 4 or 5 feet away from the editing computer that was slow as fuck. And we were using Camtasia for damn near 8 months.
And I love how he says this, like I didn't have to not only pay him $2,000 a month for him to do that editing, but also give him $2,000 up front because his female had told him he needed to get a full month up front in order to work for me. You didn't do it for free. You didn't do it because you believed in me. You did it because I paid you more than your job had ever paid you in your life. And I gave you a full month up front. You ain't no good motherfucker. You just somebody who works hard when they're paid right.
Before we upgraded. So yeah, it was a hard work relationship, but we did that shit, we made money, and we made people happy. What else do you want? You was fucking balling out, and you cut me some cheddar off that I fucking deserve, that I work for. So during this whole situation, I got super sidetracked. We'll probably cut that down just because I got super sidetracked, right? We'll be right back on point with the story. So he felt like Skitten was gonna choose sides, right? So he cut her off. He said, and then
I cut her off because she was trying to sleep with me and was also doing grimy shit. You're welcome! You're welcome, nigga. You're welcome. Think about that. You're welcome. I could've just fucked. You're welcome.
Then I guess that him and Dr. Girlfriend had an argument. Dr. Girlfriend was talking to us about it when she came over to the crib. That they had an argument and Skitten's name came up somehow in their argument. And he decided Skitten must have told Dr. Girlfriend something. So she helped figure out that he was cheating, right?
Because she was the one that was feeding Dr. Girlfriend the bullshit that fucked her head up. Got her all depressed and shit to the point where she stopped having sex with me. And then I started looking for other pussy. I did a month of sexual purgatory. You literally deteriorated my girlfriend emotionally. You know what I'm saying? And then had figured out, oh God, this is funny.
But at the end of the day, I don't really give a fuck. I mean, even if my girlfriend did tell Dr. Girlfriend that he was cheating, he was cheating. It's what she should have did. So who cares?
Yeah, the only problem I had was you were telling her that a full month before I ever did. Nigga, I'm not the most loyal person in the world, but if there's anything that I do recognize is support and value. That's the thing that makes me really fall for a female, is support. And Dr. Girlfriend supported the shit out of me. And Skitten was like, well, I gotta get this chick the fuck out of here, because I'm trying to get with the self-made multi-millionaire. I'm gonna leave this employee ass nigga and get with the self-made multi-millionaire entrepreneur ass nigga. So I cut her off. Even after she had already convinced Dr. Girlfriend to leave me, even after me and Dr. Girlfriend wasn't together no more, I cut her the fuck off. I was like, absolutely, nah, because I didn't know that she's the one that did that to Dr. Girlfriend at the time, but I at least understood enough to know, like, because of her personality, I don't want you. I don't want you. And her looks ain't awful. It's just her personality. I don't do the manipulative, succubus, beat you down type females. I don't do that. That's not my thing.
I think the only reason now that he's saying that it was really Skitten cheating on me is so that now when I bring this up, it makes it really confusing. Be like, who's cheating on who? Who's trying to fuck who? But that's why we had his ex come on and talk about it, right? That's the only reason why it ended up coming down to that, because...
Don't worry, I'm gonna check out that video too.
Because he's trying to make up some other story now to like cover his tracks or some shit. I don't know. He got caught cheating on Dr. Girlfriend. That's why they broke up. It wasn't because she changed. I remember he tweeted out, oh, she's changed and she's different. No.
Nigga. I basically didn't really even have to say anything. He said she changed. Bro, she changed. It's just like I said, Skitten got into her head, convinced her that I was going to cheat on her at some point, and she would have these breakdowns and start crying. She became a shell of herself. I'm just like, this is not the person that I fell in love with. What the fuck? What's going on? I just tried to figure out any way to make her happy again, for her to smile, for her to play video games and let's have a good time together. It would never go back. So I had to juggle trying to figure out how to make her happy and doing the work and building the company. I'm just like, yo, like, bruh. I know a lot of y'all have never been through that, bro. Have you ever been with somebody, when you get with them, they're super happy, everything's great, and then they just get massively depressed and start crying all the time, and there's nothing you can do to make them feel good? I was feeling her emotion, and I'm like, yo, like, oh, my heart is hurting. What the fuck? Like, I started feeling her pain. So yeah, I went and got a little side vagina so I could at least have some escape from the stress and the bullshit. Thanks, Skitten. I will say this, you got that shit. You did that shit. You are a horrible person, and I would not wish you on my worst enemy. So much so that I don't even wish you on Chavez. Please escape, Chavez. Run for your life. Run for your life, bro. I can tell you right now, bro, 30 years down the road, if you stay with Skitten, you will be broke, poor, unhappy, and just shitted on, a shell of yourself. 1% of what you can be. But if you drop her and just deal with the awful, shitty emotions and just run from her, run for your life. And the way she's gonna try to get you back is to convince you that she's got other dudes and to try to beat you down where it hurts worse. Her love. That's what she gonna try to use to get you to stick around for the bullshit. Oh, well, I'm talking to other guys and I got these other guys. I've been hanging out. She gonna post it all over media. She gonna do videos with other dudes to try to beat you back into submission, bro. But if you can just get past all of that hurt and pain and just find a hobby, get 3 new hobbies, bro. I suggest working out, yoga, maybe counseling, or just get another friend group, go on semen retention, bro. That way you don't have a need to ejaculate anymore. Do all of that. And then within 6 months, and after you do that, you gotta block her on everything. Block her on everything. After you get rid of her, never, ever, ever, ever date another female that brings up work boyfriends, their work crushes, that talks about other dudes in front of you. For you, I suggest getting a white girl, my nigga. That's real. Start hitting up one of these gyms. You ain't a bad looking dude. You smart as shit. You self-made, mostly. You gonna get you one of these females that support the shit out of you. Drop that hoe and get you a chick that's gonna build you up. If you had a supportive female and not a masculine succubus like Jackie, you would be a multi-millionaire by now, because I've already given you all the knowledge. You just don't have the support. And I'm gonna keep it even realer with you. That's the reason why your dad ain't rich, because he's with your mom. And your mom is like Jackie. Men always go after females that resemble their mom. I can only say that because I used to do that shit too. I just recently stopped doing that shit. I don't like being that real. I don't like bringing parents into it, but I'm trying to help, because I have to realize this about myself, and so that I wouldn't continue to get with females that didn't help me or have my best interest at hand. You need to get you a female that uplifts you, bro, that supports you, because you got all the talent, you got all the knowledge, all the know-how. I've already given you all of that. That's why you were working for me. Mentorship, nigga. You already got all that. That's why you started doing the YouTube yourself. You need a female that uplifts you and builds you up, not somebody that constantly uses the fear of losing her to other men and all of these other really shitty manipulative tactics to keep you under her boot, bro. She's masculine. She's a succubus. Run. Run for your life. If you drop Jackie in 3 years, you'd be a self-made millionaire like me, bro. No bullshit. I see that in you. You can do that. But if you stay with this female, in 20 years, you ain't gonna be able to get there. Don't continue the cycle of what your dad goes through, bro. Don't do it. Don't.
He cheated, and he got caught, and they broke up. So Skitten stopped coming over. I was still working there, okay? And this is when the shit goes downhill, right? They both get invited to a party with one of his new friends, Justice. Justice asks, you know, where's Dr. Girlfriend at? I invited both BHD and Dr. Girlfriend. And Skitten goes, oh, you didn't hear? Dr. Girlfriend and BHD aren't together anymore. Do you know why? Because they both said they're telling everybody the truth.
So there's another one of Skitten's manipulative situations that she put me through. So Justice told me that Skitten wasn't invited or allowed to be at the party that I was invited to. There's a hotel party. It's a birthday party for Justice. And she said she's not allowed over. I don't like her. I don't fuck with her. Again, I was doing my nice guy bullshit and I was falling for the okie doke. And I was like, nah, bro, let her come through. All for the strength of me. Let her come through. I don't like people getting excluded, because I used to get excluded all the time when I was a kid. So I was like, no, let her come through. And so Justice was like, all right, cool, she can come, right? So Jackie gets there, I'm there, and Jackie's just running around telling everyone that I cheated on Dr. Girlfriend, right? Without them ever bringing it up. I would love to say that I'm lying right now, but the way I know that it was without them bringing it up, the people would come to me and tell me, bro, she's telling everybody that you cheated on your girlfriend, but like we didn't ask her, because Jackie didn't know that I'd already told everybody. Everybody that asked me, I told them what happened already. So she's running around telling everybody, and they're coming to me like, bro, what is she doing? This is not what this party is for. This is ruining our vibe. We're here to have a good time. Why is she bringing all this drama here, yo? So then 60 more people came. I'm the DJ, and we were all playing this big old card game. It was like a charades or something like that. And out of nowhere, Jackie's just like, yeah, that's what you got called cheating on your girlfriend. You're a cheating sack of shit out loud. And everyone stops everything, because the new people that came, I hadn't told them yet because I didn't know them. So everyone stops, and they're all looking at me. And then Jackie gets up, and gets up and runs out the hotel door. So I go chasing after her and shit. I chase her all the way down the hallway, and I'm like, yo, what was that? And she was like, oh, what? That was just for fun. I'm like, no, that's not cool. What are you doing? And again, I can't just hit this bitch, you know, because don't hit women. So then we start talking, right? And I'm walking her to her car. She's like, oh, I'm about to leave. So I'm walking her to her car. It was at Texas Station. It's a bit of a rough area. So I'm like, you know, I don't want to see nothing happen to you. I gotta stop doing this nice guy bullshit. So we get outside, and she's like, yo, by the way, I got Dr. Girlfriend fucking 5 different guys right now. I got her fucking 5 new guys. And this was like literally like 2 weeks after we were broken up, right? Like, tells me this to my face. I got her fucking 5 different guys right now. You like that? I got her fucking 5 different guys right now. I got her on Tinder. I found her a bunch of new guys. She's fucking them all. 5 different, you know, a bunch of them. It's at that exact moment that I realized that she just wanted to break me. She just wanted to break me. That was all. She just wanted to see me get broke. So I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I start tearing up and shit, because the breakup was still fresh. I start tearing up, and she looks at me, she's like, no, you can't do that. No, you're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to feel sorry. No, you can't feel that. No, you don't do that. Don't you do that. And I just look at her. Probably one of the most genuine moments I ever had with this horrible human being. And I'm just like, why are you doing this to me? Because at that point, I put everything all together. And then that's when I realized, like, why are you doing this to me? You just want to see me broke. Why are you trying to break me? And she's like, what are you crying for? No, what are you crying for? And I start crying and she's like, what are you crying for? No, you're not allowed to do that. No, look, I can get you other women on Tinder. I can do the same thing for you. And I'm like, I don't want that. I don't understand why you're doing this to me. Because in my mind, I have a very, very childlike and playful type of brain. In my mind, I'm just like, I've only wanted the best for you. Why do you continuously just want the utter bottom of the barrel worst for me? Like, why are you doing this to me? And she's like, look, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this. Just let me know if you want me to get you a bunch of different girls. I don't care about this. I'm leaving. So when she gets in her car, I walk up to her window and I'm like, so what am I supposed to do with this information that you just gave me? What am I supposed to do with all of this emotion and all of this hurt that you just put on me? Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, you just told me that the person that I've loved the most in my life is fucking a bunch of different dudes. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? And she's just like, I don't know, go drink, go do some drugs, go get drunk. What do you want me to do? And that is the second biggest epiphany I had with that chick. That right there reinforced even more to me that she wanted to break me. I've got all of this dispensable money and you want me to do drugs? One of the worst things someone with money could ever get into the habit of doing. You want me to do drugs? You want me to start drinking? You want me to die? And mind you, I've seen my mom go through drugs. I've seen a shit ton of family members go through drugs. I grew up around that. I've seen what that does to people. It deteriorates and screws you over. People who win the lottery, they usually develop a drug problem and then they end up dying. And that's the moment when I figured out that that's what she wanted from me. That's what she wants from me. And then as she's driving off, I just stood there in that parking lot for like 45 minutes trying to comprehend that someone that I've never wanted anything bad for, who really only did good for. Back when I first started making all that money, if I would ever get annoyed with Dr. Girlfriend, bro, I remember one time I sent Dr. Girlfriend, Skitten, Dr. Girlfriend's younger sister, all of them to go see Beyonce in Cali. 4 G's, $4,000 on tickets alone. Bought them a hotel room, all of that. Here you go, all y'all go have a great girls' time just so that me and Chavez could do more work. And in my mind, I'm like, I've only done good for you, at least to my knowledge. How could you want so much awfulness for me? Like, I really, really couldn't understand that. Me being so childlike and so naive in my brain, I have a hard time comprehending true evil. I have a hard time comprehending why someone would do this to anyone. In my brain, I just couldn't. So yeah, I went home, I slept on the emotion, I just dealt with it because I wanted to feel all of the emotions for what it was so that I could make a good decision on what to do next. I didn't do any drinking or any drugs or anything that Skitten told me to go do. I stayed the night by myself. And then in the morning at about 11 a.m., I came to the realization that I have to cut this person out of my life because she just wants me to die. This chick just wants me to die, man. It became grossly obvious to me after that night that she would not stop until she had broken me. And I didn't know how far she would go to accomplish that. Just like he said, that's when I cut her off. At 11 a.m., I called her and I told her, and Dr. Girlfriend was in the car with her. I could hear in the background. I was like, yo, you're not allowed at the house anymore. Don't come over. I don't want anything to do with you. Don't talk to me. Please don't ever contact me again. Done. Don't contact me anymore. And she's like, what are you talking about? What are you with? Because she tried to act like she didn't do any of that. She tried to act like I was just tripping. I was just crazy. That I had just made this shit up. That none of that had happened. Like I was just tripping. And I took offense to that. I did. I got mad and I was like, you act like a piece of shit. I don't want anything to do with you. And when I called her a piece of shit, she started yelling and screaming and hung up in my face. And I was like, all right, cool. and then blocked her. 45 minutes later, Chavez got to the crib, and I came downstairs, and I went into the room, and that's when I told him, I'm like, yo, just to let you know, Skidding's not allowed in the house anymore. And that's when he got up and came at me and tried to fight me. He got up, yeah, don't you ever talk to her like that. Don't you ever talk to her like that. Huh? What's wrong with you, nigga? And came at me like he was trying to fight me and shit. And I remember saying to him before he got to me, I was like, bro, don't you want to know what happened? Can I tell you what happened? Like, don't you want to know what happened? Like, it was fresh on me still from the night before when she did that to me. I wanted to just tell somebody. I just wanted to tell people. Randy was in the room and everything, and I just wanted to tell him what happened. I'm not gonna lie. A piece of me hoped that he would kind of check her for it or something, but, you know, that's obviously far out of the picture when it comes to this person. So I was just like, yo, don't you want me to tell you what happened? And he's still coming at me. No, I don't care. You don't talk to her like that. I don't care what she did. You don't talk to her. And he got in my face and was about to fire off. So I pushed him with enough force to, push him up against the wall. And when he fell up against the wall, he was like, oh. And then he sat down and like all that anger was gone once he felt he was just gonna get beat the hell up. And then he's like, okay, oh God. Okay, well, you know, what happened? What happened? So then I sat down and I told him the whole story of what happened at the party. And then homie started crying. He legitimately started crying. Cause I guess at that point he realized that he'd been told something from her that probably wasn't the truth. She pumped him full of all of this emotion, full of all of this, yo, you gotta protect this pussy. I'm the queen, you gotta protect me. You protect me against him. You go there, you just let him talk to me any type of way. I don't know what the conversation was, but when he got there, I can only imagine that was the situation. So he got there, and then he tried to fight me. And so after I told him what happened, homie started crying. And I feel like the reason why he cried, and I have no proof of this, was because what she told him I did or said was bullshit. And he deep down knew it was bullshit. Because then right after that, he goes into this whole friends gotta stick together speech. Man, well, you know, people have disagreements, man. People just gotta stick together. We gotta still work together. We can't let this break the group up. So I took 3 days. I just wanted to feel everything so that I can make a good conscious decision. And after 3 days, I decided to fire his ass. I don't want somebody around me who's this dumb. You letting your female dictate you, and your female is an awful, shitty person. I don't want you around me if that is your leader. Cause she is gonna find a way to wanna break me. She wants me broken. I cannot have him around me because she is continuously trying to find a way to break me, and she gonna do it through him. I ain't stupid. And that's why I dropped him. I'm pretty sure she convinced him to be recording my calls. I had a couple more talks with him afterwards. Didn't know I was being recorded. I told him something in confidence. I told him not to tell her, and then he went and told her. After that happened, we was, talking about taxes, and I'm like, bro, I told you not to tell her that. No, you never told me that. I'm talking to her, that's my girl, and I tell her everything, and blah, 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 blah. And that's why I distanced myself away from him. Because anything I talked to him about, any information he would get from me would go straight to her, and she would use it to try to find a way to break me. Cut it all off. Cut it all off at the root. You done. I can't have no weak ass, loser ass, pussy worshiping ass loser around me. I can't do it. Nah. You got to find somebody else. Nah. Friendship, work relationship, nothing. None of it. Weakness got to be severed. That shit got to be cut off and cast to the side. I ain't having no weakness of that magnitude in my camp. Especially not when it's coming from someone as awful and as just black on the inside as Skittin/Jackie. Absolutely not. So that's why I cut off Chavez. Because my problem wasn't never with Chavez. If he wasn't with Skittin, we would still be cool. We would still be cool. I still want to see homie win. It ain't just gonna be nowhere near around me. Cause she's pulling the strings. She's puppeteering, and everything she do is just massively evil. At least to me. She might not be evil to everybody, it was just to me. One thing I will give her though, she a master manipulator, bro. Master. I never even knew that was a thing. I never even knew that someone would make your girlfriend depressed on purpose and then tell her to leave you, right? Because I'm pretty sure she's the one who gave her the whole plan. Oh no, what you do is you wake up in the middle of the night, you just get all your shit and just go. Don't listen to his explanation, don't nothing, just go. When you're the one who made her depressed enough as to whereas I had to go seek outside sources of release and happiness. I can't comprehend that level of inner blackness. I can't even comprehend it. It's beyond me, bro. It's beyond me.
Truth. And so Skitten tells her what's going on. Then at the end of the party, they go outside and, you know, BHD's talking to her about, hey, how's Dr. Girlfriend? I don't even know how long it had been, but it had been enough time for Dr. Girlfriend to start to move on, right? And
I will give her that. You know, it was 2 weeks, but that is enough time for Dr. Girlfriend to move on. That's fine. That's understandable. But you around me, why are you? Oh yeah, she's taking 5. That's malicious. And then you try to tell me to go do drugs afterwards? She was using the same manipulative, grimy tactics that she used on Dr. Girlfriend to try to make me depressed so that I would stop doing well. It's sociopathic. It's psychopathic. I've never run into someone who is as much of a sociopath as Skitten/Dr. Girlfriend. I've never run into it before.
so he pulls her outside and they're having this conversation, and I remember I wasn't there for this. BHD and Skitten both say that this is how this shit went down. They start talking. He asks how Dr. Girlfriend is, and Skitten tells him how she's doing. And how she was doing is she was going on dates from dudes that she met on Tinder, and they were hanging out with their friend, their mutual friend. Almost dropped her name, sorry. You know, and they were out and they would drink, they were going drinking, they were going clubbing, and they were chilling, but they would make sure to do everything safe, blah, blah, blah. My girlfriend's into that type of safe partying shit, but definitely.
Yeah, because that's where she finds all the penises. Funny how he's not there when she's out doing all the partying. Why wouldn't she want him there? But yeah, that's not what she told me at all. Oh no, I got her fucking 5 other new guys. 5 new guys. It was none of that, what he's saying.
But definitely go out and have a good time. And at some point during this conversation, BHD gets his feelings hurt, but he doesn't say anything. And he admits he didn't tell her he was getting upset. He said she was trying to break me. His version of it is my girlfriend used the quote, Dr. Girlfriend's getting fucked out by a bunch of Tinder niggas, right? That's his quote. And he said that probably 100 times while he was talking to me about it. That my girlfriend said, quote, Dr. Girlfriend's getting fucked out by a bunch of niggas, right? Which is not how my girlfriend talks. My girlfriend makes a bunch of jokes about being a hoe queen and being a hoe biscuit and blah, 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 and all that funny shit. But it's only funny because it's not true.
If you guys are around any females that do stuff like that, run for your life. They're telling you what they really are. Please run for your life.
If it was true, it wouldn't be a joke. My girlfriend doesn't speak like that. She definitely told you she was going on dates because you asked. And
I did not ask if she was going on dates. Who would ask that? That makes no sense.
I believe that she told you, and because I know he's watching this video, so now I'm like talking to him, right? Because this is what we argued about. And he admits that he didn't tell her he was upset. So she finished the conversation thinking everything was cool. She said he was kind of quiet, but maybe it was just late, whatever. She got in the car, went home. This whole time, I'm at the house asleep. I wake up the next morning. I get a call from my girlfriend. She said, A, my car broke down. Don't worry, I can make it to work. B, me and BHD just had a falling out. Don't talk to him about it. You know, nothing happened. I said, tell me what happened. Because the last time Skitten's name got brought up in an argument, he texted her a bunch of bullshit like, bitch, I don't fuck with you no more.
Cause the whole ain't shit. I don't even want to tell that situation. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? We was out of the club, all of us. Me, Chavez, Dr. Girlfriend, Skitten, we all at the club, right? We use more like a bar. Now I got 2 younger brothers. One of them's KT. He's buff. I have another brother. His name is Ovretes. He's overweight. He's overweight, right? So we out and Skitten says to me, she's like, yo, BlastphamousHD, what you doing tomorrow? I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hang out with my younger brother. And she's like, oh, the fat one? Oh, you mean the really fat one? To me, I'm like, okay, you can say whatever you want about me, right? Because she has that thing where she just tries to shit on your confidence as a person for some reason. Oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're bald. All of that to me, that's fine. But when you talking about my younger brother who has a weight problem, and I say, I'm like, yo, so like, whoa, like, well, yo, like, what are you? And I just look at her, I'm like this. And then I look at Chavez, and I'm like, yo. And he's like, wait, no. And I'm like, yo, so you see that? So So you know, based on his reaction, he knew what she was doing, and he knew how wrong it was. And I'm like, yo, so I text her and let her know about herself, and I told her about herself then. You see what this sociopathic type of stuff got? Yeah.
And I told him, I don't care if you guys have problems, fix it. It has nothing to do with me and you, but don't cuss out my girlfriend, right? Period. That's all I want from you. She said, well, he called me and cussed me out, but we're not cool anymore. We're not friends. It just ended. He ended it that night because he didn't like that I was helping his ex move on, because he said that they have a plan to get back together. And the best part of the story, she called Dr. Girlfriend to come pick her up after her tire went flat. Dr. Girlfriend's in the car with her. He said that they have a plan to get back together. And Dr. Girlfriend said, they're like, we never discussed having a plan to get back together. I don't know where he got that from. Now, of course, Dr. Girlfriend wants things to be civil. She wants things to be fine. You know, shouts out to her because she's very mature about this whole
She was very mature about the situation. She's a great person.
Situation, even though it was like not right or fair for her. But she said
it really was not. It was super unfair for her, bro. She didn't deserve any of that bullshit. She didn't deserve any of that bullshit. She really, really, really didn't. I should have told this story the minute he put this video out. I should have told this story when it first happened. Just off of general principle of Dr. Girlfriend. Because Dr. Girlfriend's still friends with this chick. She might not even know none of this. I should have been told her. But we ain't really talked no more, so I just tried to let shit slide, you know what I'm saying? But that was a problem. I won't be doing that no more.
She said that we never agreed to that, so I don't know why he's mad at her for ruining our relationship when we never agreed to get back together. That's what he was saying. That was his whole thing. It's my girlfriend's fault that they broke up. They broke up. Not admitting that it's just him cheating. Don't cheat, then you won't break up. Not a big deal, right? So whatever. And I go in, he comes downstairs acting all cool, everything's fine. I'm upset, but I was,
look at him admitting it.
Hurt. It didn't really matter. Just, I didn't want to talk, obviously. A little bit upset, because this is like the third or fourth time now that he's called and cussed out my girlfriend over some bullshit that has nothing to do with her. Like,
you know what? That's just what she tells him. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. Yep.
Your relationship with Dr. Girlfriend has nothing to do with your relationship with my girlfriend. Like, fix your own problems. Whatever. Stop lashing out. It was just irritating. And he told me I need to explain myself. And I said, you don't need to explain yourself. I don't want to talk about it. Straight up. I'm not talking about it. He said, I do need to explain myself. I said, you don't. You cussed on my girlfriend. You shouldn't have did it. I don't care what else happened.
Called her a piece of shit. She's a piece of shit. She's a piece of shit. I double, triple, quadruple, centuple down on that. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, that's the nicest way I could be about this. Nicest way is just call her a piece of shit. I called her that over the phone. I'm like, that's the best I can do. There's a lot of stuff that I could say. I'm not gonna say that. She's a piece of shit.
I don't care if my girlfriend called you and cussed you out and called you a bitch, called you a little nigga, called you a milk dud, called you a hoe. I don't care what she did. Don't call and cuss out my girlfriend.
And see, that's the problem with homie. He a simp. Simp, simp, simp. That's the problem. His girlfriend can do no wrong. My girlfriend do terrible, awful shit. But if you do anything bad to her, she can call you, cuss you out in the worst of ways. But if you say anything back to her that's out of line, you're going, like, you see what I was dealing with, bruh? You see why I ran for my life? You see why?
Because what happened is you got your feelings hurt, then you thought about it, mulled it over, then you called and cussed her out way after, like hours later. And you both admit that that's what happened.
Yeah.
So stop trying to justify you making a mistake.
It's not a mistake.
So we stood up.
That's not a mistake. She deserved far worse. Far worse. Being called a piece of shit is the best you could hope after doing all the awful shit that she did.
I stood up. He stood up. We both stood up. No fight happened. But we definitely were each other's faces. And then Randy came through, calmed the whole situation down, and as men, we talked about it. That's it. He explained his side of the story, which he needed to. I told him I didn't believe a lot of the stuff he was saying.
That's not what I got from him in that situation. He looked like he believed everything that I said, but he has to say this because the vagina's right there, man. He is trapped, man. You gotta run for your life. You gotta run. Save yourself. Get out while you still young, my nigga. You deserve better. You can get better. You're a self-made thousandaire probably, bro. If you just run for your life, my nigga, you gotta run.
But I can understand why he would be upset. And that's all that we have to do, okay? But the part at the end of this that made me upset during the conversation where I start to see things unfolding, not in some crazy, I always knew he was bad, but I saw this was near the end of our friendship. Randy said to both of us, I told you not to call Skitten while you were upset because you're going to say something you're going to regret and then Chavez is going to be mad about it.
I don't regret any of that. I was calling her to let her know you're not allowed at the house anymore. And she was trying to act like she didn't understand why. Trying to act like she was such a good person that there was no reason why I would not want her to be allowed at the house anymore. So I called her a piece of shit. I'm like, you piece of shit. Like, can you imagine that happening to you? Somebody's stealing from you. That's like somebody robbing your house. And then you calling them and be like, yo, you're not allowed at my house anymore. I should kick your ass. And then they being like, I don't know why you mad. What you mad for? You overreacting, you tripping. You should definitely allow me back at your house. Dude, this female tried to break me, bro. She would not stop trying to break me. You're not allowed at the house, ho. You just won't stop. Be with your dude. Leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? Just get shit. You know what I'm saying? I can get.
And he said, now that I went to his house trying to fight him, blah, blah, blah. No, just a heated conversation where he tried to justify.
Wherein you got up and got in my face and was screaming and yelling and Randy had to break it up. Definitely not a fight. Definitely not an attempted fight. I had to push you off of me.
Cussing out my girlfriend and a bunch of other crazy stuff that didn't need to happen. And you can't convince me needed to happen because you're a grown man and Randy told you not to do it. So it's just that simple. And you admit that you were talking to Randy that whole night trying to figure out what to do, and you're trying to figure out a way to end the relationship and cut her off.
Yeah, because I'm not going to get succubused on by your Lucifer female. Not me. I'm getting the hell out. I ain't got nothing to do with this female. Why am I the one getting all of this awful shit from it? Hell yeah, I'm getting the hell out of Dodge. Hell yeah. You think this is a game? Shit, yeah. But yo, with that being said, it's your boy BlastphamousHD. We're gonna go ahead and end this part right here. Oh my God. Ooh. But yo, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. It's your boy BlastphamousHD. Run for your life, bro. You just gotta run. Just run, bro. Just run, man. You deserve better. I don't even dislike this dude. I don't even dislike him. He's just caught in this succubus's web, man. It's happened to me. Bro, you deserve better, bro. You can get way better. You can do better. But yo, I'm up out of here, man. Peace.